Here's the crochet hook. So you can see it's an N, 10 millimeter. It's quite large. It's next to my finger. So, quite interesting. Now we're going to move the hat out of the way and start another one. Yes, I do have two of the same color and style, because every hat I look at on Ravelry has over 82 yards. So, what we're going to do first, since I was asked to do this as a very, very, very beginner, we're going to do our slip knot first. So we got our short end over here, our loop over our fingers, holding it with our thumb and middle finger. This is giving us our tension. And we're going to go through here. So you can see through here, going to the skein is down here, around it, and then we are going through the little hole. Pull the tail through and cinch up. You have a slip knot. Okay. Now, the first line of the pattern says chain 3. You don't want to keep them this big. You want to cinch it down so it's comfortable on the crochet hook. Next, you set your tension on your yarn. I usually do it like this. This is how my grandmother taught me. Wrap it around one finger and hold the knot again with your thumb and middle finger. If you're left-handed, just do it the same way the other way. On the other hand, no big deal. So now we've got our crochet hook in one hand, our yarn in the other, and our needle has been absconded with by a piece of yarn. So we're going to chain 3. So for a chain, we go under, pull. See, we still got our slip knot here. 1. See that? 1 chain. Is that easier if I pull it forward? And 2. If you miss it the first time, don't worry. Just keep on at it. 2 and 3. Now we have 3 chains. 1, 2, 3. Now it wants you to take and join the front to the back. You'll think, oh, but that's such a small thing. So you're going to take the hooky part. It's easier to do it that way. And you're going to kind of go through that lower chain just on one side. You've got where you ended before, your beginning chain, and your continued yarn. Just hike that hook behind there, pull. It helps me to twist a little bit when I do it. So then you pull it through, and you want to join. You don't want to actually have another stitch. So you pull through both of them. Now you've got this cute little tiny ring. It's so tiny I can't even hardly put my finger through it. Ta-da! All right, then the next part is to double crochet times 8. Okay, so we're starting double crochet. Well, let's get one up here. So if we're going to do 2 chains on top of that, that gives us room to take our regular stitch, hook it once more, go through the hole. Okay, so now you got 1, 2, 3, and you're going to grab that yarn again, loosen that tension a little bit, let the yarn fly through. All right, now you have 3 on your hook. We're going to do a double crochet. A double crochet, you hook it again and you pull through 2 loops. 1, 2. Okay? And well, you still have stuff there. Well, that was 1 crochet. This is a double crochet. So now you have 1 double crochet. Is that easier if I pull it closer? Must be. All right, now to do that again, we're going to go underneath and then go through and grab again, pull it out. You want to have a little tension here. You don't want it to be, or you don't want to go, oh, whatever. Keep your tension up nice. You can kind of feel it after a while. You know, you don't want to strain it and you don't want to let it be too loose. Okay, we're going to do another double crochet. All right. We're going to go through how many loops? 2. 1, 2. All right. And we're going to go around that again. Yeah, you can feed the hook yourself if you feel like it, instead of using your other hand to do it. And there we go. All right, so far we have 2, and we have a double chain to help us get up there to make it look like it's not smooshed, which I think was my problem with the other one. All right, didn't do it again. Slightly faster this time. You want to keep that tail out of the way. Don't worry, we'll pull that in later, like when we're done. All right, 1, 2. And you know, every once in a while you'll, because of these thicker threads, you may pull, you know, part of it out, part of this one out onto that needle. You can either take that needle and pull it underneath this one if it's caught, or take the stitch out and start over again. Don't worry, everybody hooks them. Not a big deal. All right, we're going to finish that double crochet again. And looky look. They all look pretty much the same, don't they? Woohoo! All right, now we're going to do number 4. Now, some of these newer programs start with what they call a magic ring. Look it up on YouTube. I'm still new at it because I gave up crocheting for a long time. I mean, it works, and you use it for null binding, which is another thing you can do with yarn. But it's not like crochet. It's not like knitting either. It's an ancient craft. Okay, so we're going to do our count again. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 more to go. One, 2. Yeah, and to tell you the truth, my hands kind of work in synchronicity. They're not asynchronous, they are synchronous. See that over their tail? You can grab that bad boy. Pull them out of the way. All right. And 8. You will get very good at double crochet doing this pattern. Now I want to hook onto here and join so we can go up to the next row, up to row 2. Okay. Did you see how that worked? I just took the chain here, took my needle, forced my way through that double chain we did at the beginning, grabbed this, pulled it through down here. See where it's at? And then pulled it through the last stitch we had, and now we are ready to roll on our next level. So row 2 says 1 double crochet in the first double crochet that we had on the other side, or on the other row. Okay, you can kind of see up here there's little stitches that were the tops of our row. So first we're going to go through and do 1 double crochet. So we're going to go through, grab it with the hook, pull it through, and you will say, well, why do you want to do double crochet? You know, well, number one, it's for some reason what my grandmother taught me a long time ago. It is one of the easier stitches. That was the first part. Here's the second part. All right, first double crochet is done. It says the next one we need to go and do 2 double crochets in this area. This is an increase. It's known as a double crochet increase. I'm not used to having a camera in between. So you see where that is? Okay. So we got 1 double crochet we're doing now. And you know, for a kid, when you're learning, you want instant gratification. Doesn't matter if you're Gen X, Gen Alpha, anybody, you know. Okay, so there was our first one in the double crochet. Now we're going to take and go into that same hole where that other crochet is. This is a double crochet increase. Okay, 1 double crochet, and see, if you look at it from the other side, you can see 1 double crochet over here and 1, 2 in this hole. See? So that's how you do a double crochet increase. Then it wants us to do double crochet, 1 double crochet, then 2 double crochets, and 1 double crochet and 2 double crochets until we get all the way around. But I'm just gonna finish this row. Okay, so I finished the second row. Here's row 1. There's our little hole to start. Then here's row 2. It's 1 crochet, then 2 crochets. And you can see why they would create or have children learn double crochet first, because look at how big this is already. This is 2 rows in. How amazing is that? Okay. So you can tell the ones that are double crochet, that is 2 in 1, This is 1 in 1. You can always put your fingers through just to see, hey, okay, where are we at? Where are we at? Because, you know, it becomes mindless after a while, and you're kind of going, oh, where am I at? Really, where am I at? And here I joined with the first one that we had, and the last one. I just went through, grabbed the, I'll just show it again. Okay, don't worry. Therapy is when you do it wrong, you have to rip it out and do it over again. It's been a dense Borker tradition. Okay, so now we're going to join the end of this row to the beginning of the row. Just going to show it again. All right, you go in with the claw. Okay, here's your last row, your first row. Hook on to the old, or the thread, the continuous thread. You've pulled it through the old one. Now you're going to pull it through the last one. And you don't want to make it make a stitch there. You just want to pull it to join it, okay? Now, it's only going to need a couple more rows until we just have to go boom, 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 around and around and around. Because, as I said, this is some thick stuff. And this is a hefty needle. So we're going to cut this one now and work on the next few. Hold on. Now here's a copy of the pattern. We're only going to go to row 5 and check how far we really are, because like I said, when I tried to do it their way, because they had a different size of yarn, mine turned out monster huge. So we are now on 1, 2, 3, row 4. So row 4 is 1 double crochet in each of the first 2 double crochets. So we'll go 2 double crochets down and we'll do 1 double crochet in it. The next one, so number 3, we'll put 2 double crochets in the next double crochet, and then we'll repeat. Okay, and then when we come to row 5, it's going to be 1 double crochet in each of the first 3 double crochets from the previous row, then 2 double crochets in number 4, and repeat around. Don't pay attention to this. I don't have that many stitches. Row 6 is 1 double crochet in each of the first 2 double crochets. Well, that's not what mine is. So I have to recount, but I think it's every 5. Every 5th one is a double crochet. So, and then 7, it's bupkis, and then we just keep on going around and around and around until we're done. Which, you know, it took about 2 hours. I wasn't going that fast, but it was going fast enough. I had to have some therapy twice and pull it apart. And I'm going, yeah, this is still too big. This is still too big. I could have bouffant hair and still cover it with the way that I first started. So it's quite funny. All right, back to it. Now you're probably going to ask, well, how do you know what row you're on and everything else? It all looks the same, other than the fact that I know I'm starting here. So I know we started here. Here's our little hole to start with. Then we have row 1. You can always tell on a double crochet because you're able to see this line here. See? 1, 2, 3. So we've got 1, 2, 3 rows. Hope that helps. Double crochet does seem to help. I'm not sure why just there. So now we're going to start row 4. Just going to do a double crochet. You probably have figured this out, how to do this now if you've gotten up to this far. All right. On this one, we are going to go, every third one is going to have 2 in it. Okay, we got 1, 2, every third. So we got, here's our third one. Does it help to put your fingers through? I think so. If I can't find out where I'm at, it's always a good choice to, yeah, let's count. I can't figure out where I am on this. Well, let's count. Okay, there's another double crochet, an increase. We will have no decreases in this hat. They're all increases. What would you do for a decrease? Well, for a decrease, you wouldn't take anything there. You'd go in the first one, grab it. You'd go in the next one, grab it. Okay, there you got your 3. You're taking 2 and taking it down to 1. That would be a decrease. But, like I said, we don't have any decreases in this one. We need one more single. See, every once in a while I fight with it too. It's not a big deal. It's supposed to be, you know, just soothing, something to do with your hands, keep them moving. It's great therapy, not just mentally, but physically. It keeps your fingers nimble, your brain nimble, because you're counting. I'm like, oh, math is hard. Well, yeah, math is hard. Calculus is harder. Algebra gave me migraines for months, but Dad helped me through that. Okay, we had a double, single, single, and another double. See, there's our hole from the previous row. See, brain was too busy not paying attention, couldn't remember how many rows I did. Okay. But you can see in the 22 minutes or so that this has been going, how fast this is going. Already, it's bigger than an elf hat. Okay, and yeah, so like I said, I run my thread through my hands. Sometimes if I feel that I've run too much, I'll just wrap it around this finger a little longer, a little further, you know, just to give you some more attention. It's all about keeping it where you know, where it works best for you. Everybody's different. No, you know, like I said, I learned from my grandma when I was 5. She tried to teach me knitting too. I have a hard time with that. Okay, this is going to be a double. Yeah. Like I said, not used to looking through a camera to see where my stitches are. Like, huh, where's that beginning? Oh, there it is, way over here. See? You can barely see it come up right there. Now, after this point, I would recommend using a stitch marker. It can be a safety pin, it can be a paper clip, it can be a little plastic stitch marker. The little clips don't work so good. The little squeezy clips that look like clothesline clips. Yeah, they don't work so good. Why? Because they fall off. But the nice thing is you can take crocheting along almost anywhere. You're going to go sit and watch a baseball game or something, and you're just going along because you wanted to be with your family or your friends, but you really don't care that much about the baseball or whatever. Hockey, now we're going to have words, but that's okay. If you don't like hockey, that's fine too. I am not a sports nut. My sports are fencing, which I do from time to time, and I like walking my dog. 1, 2 is back there. All right, so our next one is 1. And even though I have 2 loops, well, yeah, technically I have 2 loops left. I should be ending on a double crochet, but like I found on the last one, for some reason, I'm not. I'm ending on a single crochet again. It's just okay. Somewhere I got a single crochet extra somewhere. And if it's hard to push through, just do it. It's the pull back that's the hardest sometimes. See? Like I said, you do it for years, you still have troubles. No big worries. Okay, end of the row again. So what are we going to do? We're going to slip stitch this one. See, it's at the end. Here we are. Pull that through. Pull that through. Okay, now let's give ourselves a little bit of breathing room. And we're already up to 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And look how big it's being. I mean, it's already as big as my fist. Talk about instant gratification. All right, so we've only got 2 more rows, and the next one we're going to do a double crochet in each of the first 3, so it's going to be every 4. And then row 6 will be 1 double crochet in the first 2, and then from there we're just going to continue on running around. But you know, you can try this on your dog, your cat. Oh, look, Fluffy, this fits you. And later on we'll just pull this through like we do. Here's the inside. Kind of cool, isn't it? Apparently the thread color is called White Tiger. Kind of looks like it. Really cool. But I think we're going to stop for now.